Well, golly gee whiz, folks, here's a new game from a new developing team called Studio MDHR, Cuphead. I knew from the very millisecond I saw the preview for this game, I wanted it. Even when I heard how hard it was going to be from other players, I still wanted to give it a shot. And when I say hard, it's an understatement. The game starts off with a simple story with our hero Cuphead and his brother Mugman. They run into a casino where they are guaranteed not to lose until the devil gets involved and makes a deal with them. Sure enough, our boys lose and they're about to lose their souls until the devil makes them another offer. In exchange for their freedom, they must travel across the land and defeat several other contracted clients who also owe the devil their own souls. And that's exactly what we do. Oh, where do I even begin with this game? I mean, just look at it. Look at all of this effort and detail that they put into this game. From interviews and behind-the-scenes footage, we learned that the creators really wanted the true feeling of old-fashioned 1930s cartoons, so they put in the extra effort by animating every single frame of animation on paper. They believed that digital drawings just wouldn't be good enough for this game, to which I have to agree. There's just something authentic about these designs and movements. It makes it all feel like you're watching an old-fashioned cartoon with Mickey Mouse and Betty Boop. As for the gameplay mechanics, I found out later it was better to play the game using a controller rather than the keyboard, and I'm pretty sure that statement alone made a lot of you sigh, but I've only played a few simple games in the past on Steam, to which using a keyboard was good enough. Still, there have been a few games in the past where you could use the keys A, W, S, D to move around just so it would feel natural on your left hand, but this game has you use the arrow keys to move while pressing X, Z, Shift, C, and V for your special moves, and it just felt weird to me. It felt way more natural and better to use a controller, and the mechanics were simple enough to learn, but man, is this game unforgiving. Just look at what you're seeing here. There is a lot happening on the screen that you need to be very patient and completely focused on. A lot of times, if you're not careful, you'll easily get cornered. Some situations occur just out of bad luck or by your own stupid moves. It's infuriating when you make it so far into the level, but once you are sent back to the very beginning, you're hit by something so simple that you feel like a complete idiot. Damn it. Damn it! Come on! I did that. I walked right into that. I feel a part of my soul just chipping away at me, because how could I be that stupid? You don't have to worry about lives or ammo since they're both infinite, but you still have to start at the very beginning of the level every time you run out of HP. With every attempt, you have to learn from your mistakes as well as memorizing your target's tactics. At the same time, some enemies are prone to change their moves and patterns with almost every new attempt you make. Just as I was trying to memorize Mr. Sagittarius over here, all of a sudden the level transition changes to the Gemini twins, to which I panicked because I had no idea what to do or knew what they would do. You have to get used to that change and memorize everything because it will happen again and again and again. Even with Baroness von Bonbon here, you don't know who's gonna come out first, but you have to memorize it. Get it memorized? Also, to add a little touch, every time your HP runs out, the game will show you how far you got in the level, with certain pegs indicating the bosses or the level's next transition. In some ways, it gives you an update on what's to come and how long each segment can last. But there is not a worser feeling than when you see how close you were to beating the level. I mean, look at this! I was so close! Just a few more hits, come on! I almost had it! Like in the old days of classic gaming, you have to keep your cool and be patient, or else every little thing is going to get to you. While a part of me wishes there was a simpler mode just so I can just casually enjoy the art style and themes, I do respect the creator's choice to make this a challenge. Admit it, you get furious dying to the same boss over and over and over again, only to rejoice in sweet victory when you finally beat it. It's an amazing feeling that you don't really experience as much as you used to. Overall, this has to be one of my favorite games in recent years. Hell, I put it in my top 10 favorite games of all time just by how it looks and how challenging it is for me. As an animation nut, I am floored by all the wonderful details and heart they put into every single character and gorgeous backgrounds. As a casual gamer, I'm pushing myself to beat each level, and it feels amazing whenever I win. The music is brilliant as it captures the era of the 1930s with its roaring jazz and ragtime flair. It's a one-of-a-kind game that perfectly captures the classic feel of animation and gaming, which I believe will seal its place as a future classic game. Pop Spectrum gives Cuphead 5 pops out of 5. I honestly love this game that much, and I will continue to play it over and over again. This has been Robyn from Pop Spectrum. Thanks for watching.